Guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Good morning, traders. How are we on this lovely morning? I hope you are well. Welcome to the live stream. Just a few things to point out, guys, for the live stream. Obviously, get your questions ready. Prepare as many questions as you like about anything to do with trading. Obviously, not my personal life. Only joking. Anything to do with trading, or maybe you're in a currency pair that you need help with. Anything you like, guys. Prepare your questions for this live stream. Also, guys, if you want to actually come on and talk to me face to face, maybe you've got some questions you would like to come on and share with everyone. Don't be scared. You can do that. Below the comments, guys, there's a link that you can just click on, and it will take you through to our live stream, and we'll get you on towards the end. Towards the end after our daily analysis. So if you want to do that, guys, why not? Come on, speak to me. Don't be scared. I get lonely on my own. As always, guys, we're gonna start. Actually, one more thing. We've got a Discord channel. Join the Discord channel. Speak to other traders. Okay. All right, guys. So let's start as we always do. We're gonna start with a look back at yesterday's trades, which these trades have been giving us profits all week. All right, we're going to look at today's potential trades, and we're also going to look at the important news today as well. We're also going to look at some other interesting things that have happened in the markets, and we will tackle your questions, and maybe you want to come on. All right, guys. So let's start with yesterday, guys. So yesterday what day was yesterday? It was Tuesday. Okay. And we had two potential trades that we were looking at. All right. The first one was this. This was the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. Okay. So the idea was this. So remember, your day chart, guys, is why am I longing or buying the market? Why am I shorting the market? Or why am I staying the hell out of the market? That's all you've got to ask yourself. And I was shorting this market because of the following. Okay, so price was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, and then price ranged. Okay, and then we got lower lows again, ranged again, and then it's come down again. So now we've got new lower lows. All right, so the structure is clearly in a downtrend. It took incremental steps downwards. All right, so that's the structure on the day chart. So that tells us we're looking for shorts. Also, we had this, guys. We've been trading short off of these candles, basically, guys, all week. So from this candle here, we were looking for shorts. From this candle here, we were looking for shorts. And then yesterday, because of this wick here, okay, that rejected this gray zone, again, we were looking for shorts. And my God, did we get a short? Look at this candle. It's come crashing down, guys. It was a good direction, guys. But now we're going to look on the H1 to see how or if we could get in on this pair. Okay, so daily chart, everything was good. Everything went according to plan. But let's look on the H1 now, guys. Okay, and as you can see, I only had the one gray zone plotted. All right, and price did come up into this gray zone, and then we got this candle. Okay, doesn't get much more bearish than that. Sellers are in control. None of these candles before it, guys, are entry candles. There's a bit of rejection on the top of the wicks, but nothing that tells me sellers have taken control. Okay, it's not until this candle that sellers are in complete control of this market. Okay, and again, you don't need to be Warren Buffett to see that. Okay, come up into our grey zone, had a very bearish reaction. This is good because it means my direction and my analysis of the day chart is good, but I cannot get in on this candle. Yeah, because look, my target is here, this 5,800 that I've been talking about all week. Yeah, eventually got hit, but my target is here. So even if I got a retrace all the way to the top of that candle and entered and put my stop above here, this risk, yeah, is just not worth the reward. Yeah, down to this blue line. Okay, I know price did go on further, guys, but my target is my target. Okay, so I just because of my target is here, I couldn't enter this trade because the risk to reward wasn't there. Okay, maybe some of you did, guys. Maybe you had a different target. Maybe you're still in this pair and it's shorting down. Okay, but for me, I just couldn't enter on this candle because the risk to reward wasn't enough, wasn't worth it, wasn't worth the trade. Okay, and as always, guys, I'll always be very transparent with you. Yeah, I will tell you if I entered the trade or if I didn't enter the trade, if I had a losing trade, I will be as transparent. Yeah, I'll be 100% transparent with you with regards to my trades because it helps you learn, which is the most important thing. Okay, so yeah, that was the first trade idea. If we just go back to the day chart with this pair, for me, I know this is a super bearish candle, but for me now, guys, this is just too oversold. It's too far away from the moving average 20. And I'm sure if you put any oscillator on your screen, an indicator, that will now be reading oversold. So for me, yeah, I've finished with this pair for the time being. Okay. All right, guys, the second trade was this. This was the euro against the Swiss franc. So it was both Swiss franc strength. All right, we didn't have a trade on New Zealand Swiss franc. Let's look at euro Swiss franc to see if we had a trade here, guys. All right, and we were looking for shorts here. Okay, so remember why? Why were we looking for shorts? This is why, let me tell you. So we was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then price shot up, okay, breaking this high here, okay. So now structure for me is in an uptrend. It came back down, it tested this low, yeah, this is potentially a new low, and we thought price could potentially push back up to these highs, but that didn't happen. Instead, price broke down, okay. So we had this candle, and this candle, okay? So all of these candles have broken these lows, okay? So that's the structure. We're in a downtrend, all right? If I zoom in, let me zoom in. I like live streams. My big head is not in the way. Yeah, this is wonderful news. So, yeah, this was sort of our candle that we were taking shorts from, and we just wanted price to come into one of our grey zones, which you can see it did, and then come back down to our higher time frame target of 9,614. Okay, guys, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, while we're on the day chart, guys, I just want to share something because one of our subscribers on Discord wanted to know, would I be looking for longs on the euro Swiss franc now? And the answer is no, not yet. Okay, I would never buy this candle. Okay, yeah, I would never buy on this candle. Okay, so the answer is no. I understand what you're saying. He was talking about fundamentals, you know, the war in Ukraine, yeah, the recent ECB increase in the deposit facility rate, etc. But until I get a reaction candle at these lows, yeah, I am not looking for longs. I'm also not looking for shorts. Yeah, I will not be shorting into these lows. Yeah, remember, crazy people short into support or buy into resistance. That's what crazy people do. Okay, and I'm not crazy. A little bit. a little bit. All right, so yeah, for this, just to answer your question on Discord yesterday, I wouldn't sell any more into this zone, and I definitely wouldn't look for buys because of this very bearish candle. So I would stay out today, okay? If I got a big reaction here at these lows, potentially we could start looking for longs, but I still need a break in structure. Okay, so yeah, that was just a Discord question I had to answer. All right, guys, but yeah, so this was a trade idea from yesterday, and we were shorting this pair. And as you can see, it hit our blue zone. But like I say, guys, I wouldn't be shorting this anymore. Okay, let's look at H1 now, guys, to see if we could get in on this pair. And unfortunately, guys, it's the same problem as what we had with the New Zealand Swiss franc. Okay, so again, price came up to our grey zone, yeah, and then we got this huge bearish candle form. Okay, this obviously tells us sellers are in control. But again, for the same reasons, yeah, if I even entered on the best possible retrace I could, even if I entered here, okay, put my stop above here, then my reward here is just not big enough, guys. Yeah, this risk, sorry, I know I say it every week, but it's difficult to draw with a mouse pen. Yeah, not easy. All right, so this is my risk here, and this is my reward, guys, and it's just doesn't make sense. Yeah, remember, I'm looking for at least a risk to reward of 1:1, and I just don't get that here, guys. Okay, but price, again, direction was good. My analysis on the day chart was good, but the H1 just didn't give me an entry, guys. Maybe some of you did, and maybe some of you, yeah, carried price on downwards. Okay, but for me, guys, for the same reasons, I couldn't enter this trade, guys. All right, but again, let me know how you traded this pair. Yeah, it'd be good to hear from you guys in the comments. Guys, if you've enjoyed the recap of yesterday's trades, then yeah, please subscribe to the channel, come join us, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Yeah, it really helps support the channel. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and do that. So they're the two trades from yesterday. Maybe you did get into them, guys. Would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below the vids. Okay. Okay, let's look at a couple of questions. Before we look, obviously, guys, I've got some trades for today as well. But before we do, let's take a look at some questions whilst I drink my vodka. I know it's early, but okay. Strong, that vodka. Okay, so morning, Tom. Rampage Koresh, how do you draw your grey zones? Okay, so what I'm looking for is basically, so let's take the Euro Swiss franc for an example, guys. Okay, so I'm going to remove these grey zones so I can show you what I look for. Okay, so what I do, guys, I go to the day chart. All right, and remember, I ask myself 3 questions. Would I short this pair? Would I long this pair? Would I just stay out? Okay, and yesterday's candle, or the day before yesterday's candle, was this. Okay, so I was still looking to take shorts down to this blue line. All right, okay, and then what I do, guys, is once I've come up with this idea for a trade, it makes sense to me, then I will go down to the H1, okay, where I will plot my grey zones. Excuse me 1 second, guys. It's so hot in here. I'm just going to change the AC, all right? So, yeah, then I come down to my H1 zone, okay, where I plot my grey zones. Basically, I'm looking for where price has reacted, okay? So, my first grey zone, which I can see, is this, yeah? Okay, so, yeah, you can see that price has not only reacted over here, it's reacted here, and it's reacted here. Okay, and this was my grey zone a couple of days ago where we took some lovely profits on this trade here. Okay, but that's not the only grey zone, guys. And then we're sort of seeing on the H1, we're seeing price react around this level. Okay, so again, what I'm looking for is to try and take in as much price reaction as I can. So again, you can see price has reacted here. Yeah, it's reacted here. Okay, it's even sort of reacted here. Okay, so this would be my second grey zone. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, support and resistance zones, guys. Okay, I'm just looking for where price has reacted and where it will then react again in the future. Okay, so that's how I plot my grey zones. Okay, and then as you can see, price did react in our grey zone yesterday. So it was a good grey zone. Well done, us. All right, it was a good grey zone, but for the reasons I explained, I just couldn't get into this trade because the risk to reward wasn't there. Okay, so that's how I plot my grey zones. I take a top-down approach, guys. I will even look at the weekly chart. I'll look at the weekly, I'll look at the daily, but day is king. Yeah, the day chart is king for me. That's telling me why I'm looking for longs or why I'm looking for shorts. Okay, and then I'll drop down to the H4 and then the H1 to plot my grey zones. Yeah, and I'll take trades. As long as I get a reaction at my grey zone, I will take a trade. But it has to be a strong enough reaction, not a weak reaction. It's got to be strong, guys. Could be a candlestick pattern, or it could just be a candle that tells me sellers are in control. All right, guys, so I hope that answers your question. Okay. All right, so Tony, good question. I will look at your question in a minute because it will coincide with my trade ideas for today. Okay, I haven't even told you what today is. In case you were unaware, it's a Wednesday and it's the 14th of September. All right, guys. And for today, I have got 3 potential trade ideas. All right. The first one is this. And Tony, I will answer your question while I do this. Okay. So, yeah, this is the first trade idea, guys. All right. So this is the Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc. Okay. And as you can see, price is in a downtrend. Okay. So price was in a downtrend. Yeah. Lower lows, lower highs. And then basically price has ranged. Okay. And then eventually we have had a break, these lows and even these lows over here. Okay. So yeah, you can see with this candle here. All right. So for me, structure is clearly in a downtrend. And unlike the New Zealand Swiss franc, it's not too oversold. Yeah, this is more tradable for me. Hence, this is a trade idea and New Zealand Swiss franc isn't. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so as you can see, these lows from over here have been broken quite aggressively by this candle here. Okay, so that's my day chart, guys. This is king. Yeah, this tells me why I'm looking for shorts, and those are the reasons why I'm looking for shorts. All right, so that's why I'm looking for shorts. Let's look on the weekly chart because I need to plot a target. All right, so as you can see, I think this level here, yeah, these last lows here would be a good target, guys. All right, so this last weekly low over here, yeah, I expect price to reach this. Okay, it might even come down to this 6,400 level. But my targets are always a little bit conservative because I want to ensure that they get taken. Yeah, it's nothing worse than price coming down, almost taking your target and then shoots back up for 3 months. Bad. Yeah, you want your target to be hit. I'm not saying, you know, but make them conservative so they get hit would be my advice. All right, so I look at the weekly chart because that gives me my daily, my higher time frame target. Yeah, we go back to the day chart. I've explained why I'm looking for shorts, and now you can see my higher time frame target here. And then we can, first of all, we can drop down to the H4. Okay, so let's start looking. Now I'm looking for grey zones. Okay, so, but grey zones that are applicable for today. You know, I understand there are grey zones up here. Yeah, support and resistance zones up here. But yeah, but guys, then they're not going to be applicable for today. And if price did get up to here, then I'm not looking for shorts anyway. So although this is a grey zone, it's not applicable for us. Yeah, we're looking for grey zones that we can trade today, and we're looking for shorts. Okay, so for me, the first one is this. Yeah, this last H1, this H4, these H4 lows here. Okay, you can see price reacted at this, it acted as resistance until it broke. All right, so this is a grey zone for me. I hope you guys can also see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then I'm going to go down to the H1. This is my top-down approach. And this is my entry. This is my entry time frame. All right, so if we zoom out a bit as well, looking at the H1, I would slightly adjust just this grey zone. So first of all, it doesn't need to be so long. But yeah, I'd take the grey zone up to here. Okay, because firstly, we've got a psychological level here, and I just wanted to take into account all of these lows here. Okay, yeah, got all of these lows. Okay, so now my grey zone takes into account all of that. Okay, so that would be my first grey zone. My second grey zone, so because of the bearishness of the daily candle, let's remind ourselves on the day chart how bearish that is. That is super duper bearish. Okay, go back to the H1. So what could happen, guys, is we could get a reaction here. So let me plot the grey zone here. Just for me, these are the last H1 highs. Okay, so price could also just come up to here, react, and then, yeah, just come up to here, react, and then price comes back down. Or because of the bearishness of that candle, if we just get a strong negative candle that breaks these lows, okay? We just get a strong negative candle that just breaks these lows, then we could also take that. So we've got three potential ideas. So price could come back up to this grey zone. Okay, great. We get good value for money. And then we get a bearish candlestick pattern form, or just a candle that tells us sellers are in control. Enter the trade. I would take it back down to this grey zone, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. Okay. If that doesn't happen, then price, yeah, could just retrace up into this grey zone, as I've just mentioned. But again, we want to see a bearish reaction, take price lower. Okay. The H1 low, when I'm shorting, is always my first target, but you're unlikely to get a risk to reward of 1:1. So we'll let that run down to our higher time frame target. Or, like I said, we just get a strong negative candle form, break these lows, we can get into that as well. All right, so there's three criteria that could be met for us to enter that trade. Okay. Okay, next trade idea for today. Tony, I will get to your point. I promise. I haven't forgot you. Next trade idea for today is this. This is the Aussie dollar against the Canadian dollar. Okay. So, what I'm seeing, guys, is potential shorts. All right. So this is a trade idea. So remember, guys, on this pair, I was showing you the head and shoulders pattern. You thought you had escaped me talking about head and shoulders. You were wrong. I am still talking about it. Okay. So this is a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. We have a shoulder, we have a head, okay, and we have a shoulder. I think everyone in my life has had enough of me talking about head and shoulders, but hey, it's a pattern. It's common in the market. Let's look at it. So head and shoulders pattern. Once it breaks these lows here, yeah, then we're looking for shorts. And as you can see, price has come down, broken that level, and now it's come back up and it's reacting at that level. Okay. So structure is in a downtrend. Yeah, we've got lower lows, yeah, lower highs. And we're seeing a head and shoulders pattern, which hasn't quite filled yet. And if we zoom in, we've got a super duper bearish candle. All right, guys. So, yeah, so they're the reasons why. That's why we're shorting Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. All right. Now we need to plot our higher time frame targets. Okay, so wrong button. This is the right button. So we could take price, first of all, back down to these last daily lows. This could be a potential target. Okay, or we could come down to this psychological level of 8,800. We could even, yeah, come all the way down to these lows here of around 8,750. Okay. So, yeah, we've got 3 potential targets here, guys. All right, they are all possible. Okay. So let's now drop down to the H1, because as I said, we will draw the grey zones together. It's one big happy family. Right, grey zones, what am I seeing? So this is a grey zone. Okay, you can see price reacted here. Okay, I'd probably move it up to here. Yeah, I'll tell you why, because I want to include these highs over here. Okay, that will be our first grey zone. And then our second grey zone will be this, guys. Itchy nose will be this. Okay, so again, as you can see, price has reacted here already. It's reacted here and it's reacted here. So these 2 are my grey zones, and this makes perfect sense to me to start shorting from these grey zones. Okay. So again, guys, price could come up into this grey zone. All right. If it does, we need to see a bearish reaction. We can enter the trade, take price back down to the last H1 low. This is always our first target. Close some profit. Yeah. And this will lead me on to your point, Tony. So when I get back down to the last H1 here, I will close 80%. My God, look at that drawing. I haven't been drinking. Okay, but 80%. I close 80% here. So to answer your question, Tony, I am an intraday trader for 80% of my trade. Yeah, because I'm going to close 80%. I'm going to lock in some profit. I'm happy. Okay, but I still have 20% remaining. So for the remaining 20%, I technically am a swing trader. Yeah, I would leave that for days, this 20%. Okay, so 80% of me intraday, last H1 high or low, always my first target, close entered 80%, intraday trade. Okay, the 20% I let run. This could last for days. Yeah, so arguably a swing trader. All right. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Tony. So I'm both really. I'm a intraday trader and swing trader. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, because look, you know, I can leave that 20. Let's go back to the day chart. I can leave this 20%, yeah, to run to here, to here, to here, yeah. And it's unlikely that will happen in a day or 2 days. That will take days probably. Okay, so this is the remaining 20%. I just like drawing with the pen because I'm doing it so well. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Tony. I didn't forget you. All right, if we go back to the H1, guys. Oh, my computer is stopping. Live stream, anything can happen. So yeah, but also we had this grey zone, guys. The price could just retrace here. we get a negative, we get a strong bearish reaction, and then we could take price back down to the last H1 low if we get a minimum of risk to reward 1:1, okay, and then we can let 20% run. I'm going to tell you why I do it. So it's for my own little brain. It's for my own psychology. So as you know, guys, I've been trading for many, many years now, and I struggled to let 100% of the trade run. Yeah, it's a psychology thing. I couldn't let 100% of the trade run. Yeah, I made bad decisions. Okay, but if I close 80% of that trade and I've locked in some profit, I am happy to let 20% run. Yeah, so it's just a psychological thing for me. Okay, you try it. You try and let 100% of your trade run for 4 days, seeing it in massive profit, and then it retraces, seeing it in profit, seeing it potentially negative. You try and let that run. It's very difficult. So a solution to that is close 80%, let 20% run. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys. So Aussie dollar CAD, Aussie dollar Canadian dollar, we're looking to short that today. It's going to take a look. Okay. We've got one more trade idea, but we've got an interesting question here, yeah? How to overcome the fear of placing a trade. Going to need a drink for this one. So the fear of, and we've all had it, I've had it at the start of trading, yeah? The fear of placing a trade comes with having the confidence, yeah, to overcome the fear, you need to have the confidence in your ability to read markets. Yeah, I've been doing it for many years, guys, and I look at the day chart. I'm confident that my direction is good. Yeah, because I've been doing it over and over again. Okay, so I have confidence in my direction, first of all, on the day chart. Okay, and then I go down to the H1, H4, and then I plot my grey zones. And again, I have confidence in plotting my grey zones. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm confident price is going to react at these grey zones. Don't get me wrong. I have losing trades. Don't trust anyone who tells you you don't have losing trades. I have losing trades. I'm very transparent on this channel, and I show you my losing trades. Okay. But it's just that repetition, the confidence of reading the markets, plotting your support and resistance, and then you need the conviction to do it. What I suggest is just trade very small size. Yeah, trade tiny amounts. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter if you trade one lot, or 1,000 lots. The idea of trading is the same. So just trade very small lot size. Yeah. Once you start seeing consistent profits and you have confidence in your abilities to gauge direction and plot support and resistance and understand price action, yeah, understand structures of markets and trends. Once your knowledge is good enough, then you can start, and you see consistent profits, then you can start increasing your lot size. Okay, so if you're risking $1 on a trade, there will be no fear. Yeah, if you're trading $1,000 on a trade, there's fear. Yeah, but you'll get to a point even with $1,000, there's no fear. You're just basically, you're a robot. You're an emotionless robot who just trades his system. That's trading, pretty much. I am a robot, really, not a human. All right, so I hope that answers that question, Dorothy. But it's a good question. Yeah, so start small, build your confidence, and then you can, once you see profit, you can increase your lot size. Right, guys, there's a few more questions. Before I do, let me show you my last trade idea for today. So my last trade idea for Wednesday, the 14th of September, is this: euro against the New Zealand dollar. I was umming and ahhing about making this a trade idea, but I think it is. Okay. So remember, day chart. Why are we longing it? Actually, we're going to start with the weekly chart. What the hell? We're going to do a thorough top-down approach. So I'm going to start the weekly chart because I can plot my target. I think it's reasonable for price to come up to this last weekly zone here. Okay. All right. So, I mean, we could even plot a more conservative. No, let's just stick with that. Yeah, that's our target. All right. So I've plotted that on the weekly chart. Okay. If we go down to the day chart now, remember day is king. This is when I start getting my direction on. And as we can see, we can now see that blue line. So this is, yeah, our higher time frame target. And then as you can see, guys, price is in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And then yesterday we had this green bullish candle. Yeah. And what I like about it, I don't like the little wick at the top. But what I do like about it, the close of this candle broke the last candle. Okay. So let me zoom in and have a look at that. Yeah. So the close of this candle, as you can see here, this is the close, broke the high of this candle. Okay. I like to see this when I'm reading candles. Okay. Guys, this is all in my mentorship program. There's these intricacies of trading. If you are interested in the mentorship program, then please email us. Yeah, the email is in the comments or in our bio. Hello, simplyforex@gmail.com. Okay, so if you're interested in being mentored, then please get in contact. Okay, so yeah, these are all the reasons why I am looking for longs in this market. Okay, I may also have a second target here. Looking at the day chart, I'm going to have a second target here. Okay, just because I'm seeing a lot of rejection here with this candle and these wicks here. Okay, so obviously this target is a little bit more conservative, and this target, yeah, is basically the last weekly high. Okay, but we're looking for longs, guys. Let's go down to the H1 chart now, where we can look for our grey zones. Do you remember all these gap ups? Look at all these gap ups. Yeah, what a gap up that was. Anyway, Tom, 321 back in the room. Grey zones. Here we go. These gap ups make it tricky. Yeah, these little blighters make it a little bit tricky. But what I'm seeing is this. These last highs here, but also these last lows here. Okay. So why have I plotted this grey zone like this? Well, I'm seeing these last H1 lows here. I'm seeing this H1 highs over here and also over here. Okay, and also this gap up. Okay, so this is why I've plotted this grey zone. Okay, so what we want to see, guys, is price retrace into this grey zone. Okay, then we want to see a bullish reaction, could be a candlestick pattern, but just a bullish reaction. And then we take price back up to the last H1 high. Yeah, close 80% and then leave 20% to run. All right, guys, so that's the third and final trade idea, euro against the New Zealand dollar. What you could do, guys, with the remaining 20%, if we go back to the day chart, yeah, you could close 10% here and then 10% here. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we've got the three trade ideas: Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc short, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar short, euro, New Zealand dollar long. All right, guys. So that's the three trade ideas. Let's go back to some of the questions now. Okay. Okay, so all right, Kevin. So that's a good question. Let me just have a drink. Just spilling the drink down my face. I apologise. I've been drinking too much. So yeah, so Kevin, I mean, this is a common problem. Yeah, so I do all the analysis and then freeze. Then watch price go where my analysis said it would 70% of the time. Okay, so if you actually believed in your analysis, 70% strike rate, as in successful trades, is very good. So first of all, start to believe in your analysis. Yeah, if you're right 70% of the time, that's very good. That's better than a lot of traders I know. Okay. Secondly, like I said to Dorothy, just trade small size. Okay, because I'm not saying it doesn't matter to lose money. Of course it does, but that's part of, that's part of trading. But if you trade smaller size, you are less worried about entering the trade. Yeah, your analysis is obviously very good. Okay, so again, like I said to Dorothy, you just want to keep doing your daily analysis. Yeah, get your direction, plot your support and resistance zones, and you can track your success. I don't know how you got to this figure, Kev, of 70%, but maybe even start a little Excel spreadsheet and say, if I entered here, what was the potential profit? What risk to reward did I have? Would I have got stopped out? Yeah. And then once you build up this picture of all of these successful trades you could have had, this will then give you the confidence to start doing it in the live markets. Okay. Or you can do it in the live markets, but just do it with a very small lot size. Yeah. And then it does. The thing with trading is, guys, we all start on small lots. And then once we see consistent profits, like 70%, we're right most of the time. Yeah. Very good. Then we can then just increase the lot size. Yeah, nothing changes with our trading. It's just the lot size. Obviously, increasing your lot size, there's psychology that comes in. I get that. Yeah, there's one thing being, $10 offside. There's another thing being $1,000 offside. But like anything, you will get used to that. Okay, so what I would say for you, Kev, is believe in what you're doing. You're obviously tracking your trades. You're right 70% of the time. So all the information is there that tells me that you are doing the right things. Yeah, you just got to believe in yourself. Start small to start with. Okay, but good question. I'm bad at entries on a daily. Hopefully, if I watch this channel enough, I should improve with this aspect. Okay, so Poppy. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, I agree. So basically, I'm bad at entries on a daily. So I'm bad at entries on a daily. Let's just start with that. So me too. The problem with entering on a day chart, for example, is this. Let's look at an example. So this one, let's just look at the trade we're on. If I entered on a day, if I only traded the day chart and didn't look at any lower time frames, okay, then we could argue this. I would, sorry, not this one, wrong button. Let me get my pen, my pink pen, my favorite color. I would enter here. Yeah, this would be my buy. Okay, and yeah, this would probably be my stop loss. Okay. So that is a lot of risk. Yeah. So if I was just purely a day trader, that would make sense to me. I've traded just the day chart, but it doesn't suit my personality. And that is also very important. You must get a strategy that suits your personality. I would say that is the holy grail. Okay. So if I just traded the day chart, I didn't look at any other time frame, maybe the weekly. Okay. I would buy here and put my stop loss here. Okay. That would make sense. But I don't want to risk all that. Because of this, my my lot size, the amount I buy, would have to be so much smaller. Yeah, because I'm risking, what is this, like 600 down to, it's like 180 pips. Yeah. So because I can't do that psychologically, you have to be honest with yourself in trading as well. Yeah. I would, yeah, buy here, stop loss here, okay, and then take price up to here. Again, my risk to reward isn't even very good. Yeah. So to combat daily entries, that is why I dropped down to the H1 time frame. Okay. So yeah, remember I was going to have a stop loss of 180 pips or something crazy. Let's say I get a candle that pops up from here. This is a candle that I'm drawing. I'm going to do a little wick on it. Look at that. My drawing, I'm like Picasso at the moment. All right, so let's say we got this candle reacted at these lows, and that was an entry candle for me. Yeah, I now buy here on the close of the candle, and I put my stop loss, let's say 10 ticks below, roughly here. Okay, so now I am risking, what's this, like 45, around 50, around 60 pips, 50, 60 pips, as opposed to 180. Yeah, so that's why I look at the day chart but enter on the lower time frames, because firstly, yeah, I can put more lot size on, and then for it to go back up to the higher time frame targets, the risk to reward is very good all of a sudden as well. Whereas on the day chart, it was not a good risk to reward. Okay, so if you want to enter on the day chart, Poppy, you can, but expect big risk. Yeah, you'll be having large amount of risk. But my advice would be look at the day chart, drop down to the lower time frames, and then you can reduce your risk. Okay, so yeah, just an idea. Good. Kevin, yeah, that's exactly what you should do. I actually journal all the entries and non-entries. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and then you can keep a note, and then you can accurately track that figure of 70%. And then once you analyze all the data in 2 months' time, if it still says you are entering 70% of the trades in the right zone at the right price, you're not stopped out, you've got the confidence there. Yeah, it's there. Right, guys, we've got any other questions? So guys, just a quick few notices. So guys, if you're enjoying this live stream, I hope you are, then please come join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, Simply Forex, smash the notification button, and also smash that like button, guys, if you're enjoying this analysis. All right, I hope you are. Also, guys, we've got a Discord channel, which you can always find in the comments below the vid. And also, guys, just for the rest of this live chat, please get your questions in. Ask as many questions as you like. There is no such thing as a silly question. Trust me. I've asked a lot of silly questions over the years when it comes to trading. All right, but there is no such thing. You always learn from any question you ask. All right, guys. So yeah, let's try and get your questions in. But meantime, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to look at the news. Yeah. So let me just take you through the news for today, guys. Okay. So bear with me. I hope you can all see the news on my screen. Okay. So yes. So for Wednesday, the 14th of September. Okay. We're looking for these red high ratings. All right, so this here, 7 o'clock, London GMT, core inflation. This, guys, I cannot express to you how important inflation is at the moment. You saw what happened on the Aussie dollar, and we'll look at some examples of that in a minute. But yeah, the Aussie, not the Aussie dollar, the US dollar. You saw what happened with the US dollar and how much strength it got from good CPI figures. All right. So see, inflation figures, the whole market is looking at these because the cost of living is out of control. Inflation is so important. It's having a massive reaction on various pairs, and we'll look at the US dollar in a minute. So, guys, yeah, got that. Okay, so that's that. If we carry on down, the next piece of important news is this. Okay, at 1:30 London GMT, coming out of the States, we've got PPI. Okay, so this is an important important high rating or a 3-star rating. So yeah, must be aware of this coming out, guys. That can move any US dollar pair. If we carry on down, if you're still awake, or maybe you're in a nightclub trading, I'm only joking. Don't ever do that. Yeah, 11:45 London GMT, coming out of New Zealand, the Kiwi. We've got their GDP. All right, so GDP is also very important at the moment, guys, because, you know, are we entering a recession or are we experiencing growth? All right, guys, and just while I'm on the news, so that's today's news finished. Let's go back to yesterday because I want to show you all that news coming out of the States. Yeah, so this was all the big news here, guys. Yeah, so the forecast was 6.1. It was better than expected. Forecast 8.1. It was better than expected. Yeah, the core inflation rate. This is also a high rating for me. Okay, but as you can see, all of these figures to do with inflation were better than expected. Yeah, so now let's go back to the charts. All right, and we're going to look at the impact that that news had on the US dollar. And that ties in perfectly with perseverance and what you're asking. What do you think about US dollar pairs? Well, let me show you. So because of that CPI news, guys, let's just choose a pair. I've got a few US dollar pairs here. So Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, so yeah, this candle here, first and foremost, that is all that CPI data. Yeah, so that CPI news I just showed you, that is the impact it had. Yeah, it gave the dollar super duper strength. Yeah, I've expressed to you how important inflation is. It is very, very important. Okay, so yeah, price was, yeah, US dollar was seeing a lot of weakness. Yeah, I was seeing US dollar weakness before yesterday. Yeah, price was bouncing off of this low here. Yeah, it bounced off once and then it bounced off again. And we were getting green candle after green candle. Okay. It was still in a downtrend though. What I was looking for, guys, was a break of this zone. Yeah. So as you can see, guys, this zone was once support, and then it broke. So here, guys, this zone was once support, and now it's come back up and it's acted as resistance. Okay. So for me, this pair has become untradeable. Okay. So for me to start looking for longs, I want to see a break of this zone and then we can start long in this pair. All right. And that also tells me the downward structure has changed. Okay. But until that happens, yeah, until this area here is broken, yeah, if it breaks, I'm looking for longs and quite happily looking for longs. But we've had this candle, so don't expect that to happen anytime soon. And I cannot short it. I cannot. Remember, what do crazy people do? They short into support. Don't do that. Don't buy into resistance. Don't short into support. It's called support because price could react there. So for me, no trade on the US dollar pair. I don't like, after news days where the market has moved super aggressively, I don't like them pairs. Yeah, they're difficult to trade. You know, it's all news driven. Okay, so yeah, no trade here, guys. Excuse me. Let's look at another pair. Let's look at euro US dollar. So for me, guys, we was even potentially seeing a breakout. Yeah. So we had, yeah, well, let me redraw that. Basically, price did just break these last highs here. So we had this high, this high, this high. Okay. And this was potentially a high that had been broken, yeah, with this candle here. Okay, I explained in my daily video I didn't trade this. I mean, that this candle here is not a candle I want to start buying on, but we were seeing finally some euro strength. All right, so yeah, we almost had a price breaking structure, but you do have to bear in mind that this is the whole zone because you've got these lows here as well. Okay, so maybe have broken these highs, but there was still resistance here, hence this wick. And then yesterday, guys, because of the news, bang, back down into this, below this zone. But again, guys, because yeah, I've almost seen a structure break, yeah, with this candle here, closed above these highs. So I was going to start looking for longs, but then news, bang. But again, I don't want to start selling into all of these. Look at all of these wicks. Yeah, this is all potential, yeah, support, sorry. And I just don't want to start shorting into that. Okay, guys, so yeah, euro US dollar, no trade. It's the same story with all the US dollar pairs, guys. It's just that news has just blown the technicals out of the water, really. All right, so for me, it's untradeable today. Maybe we'll see what happens today. Price come down, and then we've got a strong reaction up. Maybe we could start looking for longs, but I'm not going to short into all of this. All right. Okay. I feel like I missed out being too sensible yesterday. Poppy, you can never be too sensible in trading. I'd rather be too sensible than too cavalier. Yeah, be sensible in the markets. Okay. All right, guys. Any more questions? No, I think we've answered everything. Just scrolling through, guys. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll finish the live stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, yeah, remember, please subscribe, smash that notification button, and smash the like button. Don't forget about our Discord channel. It's a great way for you to all interact and chat with each other. I also get on there now and again and yeah, give some analysis. And also, guys, what else did I want to say? Yeah, if anyone's interested in a mentorship program, that's something we're starting to offer now. So yeah, please get in contact via email. You can find our email in our bio on our channel or in the comments below. Okay, guys. So yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, I hope you have a great trading day. And I will see you tomorrow. Adios.